We're rolling. Oh my gosh, you guys. I already tried to film this once, but literally, it was so, like, I don't even know, because I was just really, like, all over the place, I feel, because my roommates had a guest over for the Super Bowl. They were, like, screaming, and, like, I'm not, like, mad about it because it's, like, you know, like, Super Bowl. I don't know what football even is. Like, I've had to watch football before because I was in marching band, but I was like, they're screaming, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, I don't like loud noises in the house. Like, when I'm at home, any sort of loud noises, especially yelling, really stresses me out. It makes me anxious. So I was like really like agitated and like kind of like on my toes the whole video, and it was just like, it was kind of uncomfortable, if I'm gonna be honest. I was like, I'll just like try filming it again, you know what I'm saying? So it's been like an hour or two since I tried, and I think the Super Bowl ended. I think it started like 4 hours ago. I literally don't know anything about the Super Bowl, and literally no one has taken the initiative to teach me about it. And that's who I am, you know? Like, I feel like if I have no reason to learn about something, which in this case, the Super Bowl, I will never go on my own and learn about it. But if someone's like, hey, will you watch Super Bowl with me? I'm like, teach me what's going on, and I absolutely will, you know? Like, I'll get invested. Other than that, if I don't have to, I won't, period. But yeah, they were like yelling and screaming. It was like really stressing me out, and I kept losing my train of thought, and it was just, it was such a bad look. How will this look? Oh, I actually really like this more. It feels like a like recalling. But anyways, so it's been like, I don't really know where to start. I had honestly like a really good day, and even when I was like filming this earlier, like I didn't really know how to start the video because I feel like this past week was a little bit off kilt because I basically babysat the whole week for my friend. I helped her babysit because she has 4 little siblings and her mom was out of town, so I came over and helped out and made some extra money from that, so I'm really happy. Or like, I have yet to receive the money, but I know they're gonna give it to me like maybe like this week. But it was really fun and I liked babysitting, but it was very exhausting. My goodness, children are so much work, and I don't know how anyone has kids. Ugh. And so like, because of that, I just don't really know what to talk about, how to talk about it. And I'm also just like really sleepy right now. I don't know why. I don't know, like, I'm just kind of like drained right now. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna go to, after I film this, I'm probably gonna like call my friend and like get ready for bed because I'm just so sleepy. But there are a few things I wanted to talk about. So today I got out of bed really late today. I got out of bed at like, I woke up at like midnight. I woke up at 10 and I was in and out of sleep until like 11:50 something, I think 11:58. And then I got out of bed at like 12:30. I think maybe even like 1. And then I went for a walk. And I went to bed really late last night. I went to bed at like 5 a.m. But I had actually gotten a few hours of sleep before, so I was at my friend's house last night and I was helping babysitting again until her mom came home, because she was coming home yesterday. And it was like, what, like 9 or 10 she came home, and then I fell asleep for a little bit. I was in and out of sleep for like maybe 4 hours, and then at like 2 a.m. I decided to go home because I needed to do my skincare routine. Like, I can't do nights, you guys. If I don't have my skincare routine, I can't like sleep over. Like, I'm sorry. But that happened, and so yeah, I stayed up until like 5. And yesterday was just like, I think yesterday and today were definitely the most impactful out of the whole week, if I'm gonna be honest, because as you guys know, I've been like really into this guy that like, and which by the way, I told my friend about it. I'll get into that in a moment. But so I was thinking today and yesterday, I was like, dude, I feel like my attachment style, which by the way, I found out that I'm like a fearful avoidant, or I'm like an anxious avoidant attachment style. And that was being addressed over these past few days because of like being a babysitter. Because when I was little and I was thinking about this, I remember my parents, I would only see them like a few hours out of the week, you guys. That is so damaging. And this is one of the things that just like really like makes me resent them in a way. It's like I kind of understand why they did it, but at the same time, like I tried so hard to include myself in their lives, and I tried so basically I would only see my mom for like 30 minutes in the morning because, you know, I'd get ready for school and then she would drop me off. My babysitter, I had two of them. One of them would come and pick me up from school, and then the second one would like help me get to bed and like shower and stuff like that. And like, I didn't see my parents until like 8 or 9, and that was my bedtime. So I would literally some days only see them for like 30 minutes. Some days like I just wouldn't see them at all. And like, I'm thinking back to that and just like having a babysitters, and then on the weekends my brothers would watch me, and like my brothers, they had each other because they were like around the same age, you know, like they're only like 1 or 2, maybe even 3 years apart. I'm literally like 10, like almost 10 years apart from them, you know. So it's like we were really distant growing up, and because of that, I just feel like I've developed a really like terrible relationship with like my, like I have just such a bad attachment style. Well, not bad. Sorry, my glasses are like really irritating me right now. But I was thinking about it because it just hurts to think that felt like passed around, or I felt like, oh, like who has to deal with him next, you know? And because of that, like I just feel like I've naturally developed a sense of like I want to be alone, not because I want to be alone, but because being around people like stresses me out because I don't know how they feel about me, if they want me around, if I need to be around them. Like, you know what I'm saying? And because of that, I just like I've developed like I get so anxious around people. Like when I want to spend time with people, I get so anxious. Like when I'm like, "Hey, can we hang out?" I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like I get so anxious. Like I wait for people to reach out to me, or sometimes like if I'll take the initiative, you know, or I'll kind of like, you know, like I'll ask when I know. I don't know. And because of that, like I can't handle it, because even when they say yes, like I seriously feel like they are just lying to me, or I seriously just feel like they're just saying that. By the way, if you hear background noises, it's my roommates. And because that, it just like really stresses me out. And this like has been coming up because I'm also like I've been telling you guys, I've been like really liking this guy, and I feel like this has been addressing like my attachment style, because today I was kind of like, oh, like I'm kind of realizing that I am like attached to him at times, or sometimes I feel like I'm very attached to him, and it's just been something that I want to fix, you know. It's something that I don't want to like ruin, excuse me, like the situation, you know, even if we're just friends, which I think we're just friends, but like, you know, like I'll tell you more about it in a second. Just really, it really stresses me out, you guys. Like, and because that, like, I just make it a point to myself that like I like hope and hope and hope when I get into a relationship again, it's just with somebody who like reassures me and makes me feel like they want me there, and they like want me around, and that like they genuinely just enjoy my presence. And you know what I'm saying? It because I've never had that, and because of that, like I'm tired of dealing with these people and situations that make me feel like I constantly have to admit and constantly have to give into my feelings and be like, oh, like by the way, like do you want to spend time together, or like, oh, like I really missed you and stuff like that. And then they don't like reciprocate that back, and then that's when they'll finally admit it to me, you know. Like it feels like this power struggle that I don't even want to be in. Like I'm not trying to be in a power struggle. Like I just want to be around people that make me feel like they want me around, you know, and like as if like they want to make the genuine effort to spend time with me, you know, like even like go out of their way. And like it makes me really anxious just thinking about it, because like I'm so like I'm so over it, because that whole situation that I told you guys about like the other week with that guy, like the fact that he was like so unwilling to reassure me and so unwilling to make me feel like he wanted me in his life after he had already abandoned me once, just like that like ticked me off so badly. And I've never been so like truth be told, I was so respectful about the situation. The fact that he's blatantly disrespected me and like my one of my most basic needs, and like it just like I know he didn't mean it like that, and I know that wasn't his intention. That's why I was very cordial about it. But like in retrospect, if I blew up, I wouldn't be mad. Like if I was like, dude, you dragged me back into your life and now you're out here telling, you know what I'm saying? Like what is with this push and pull thing, you know? Like don't bring me into your life if you think I'm so much work, or like don't bring me into your life thinking that I'm going to make myself smaller or compromise my needs because it's what you're comfortable with. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Like that pisses me off so fucking bad. Like if you're not willing to work with somebody and find a middle ground with somebody and understand how you've made them feel and take accountability for how you may come off, like you're just not like a vibe. I just don't want to be around you. I don't like you. Like I'm sorry, I just don't. And like that like that was just so like I've been ruminating about, like I haven't been ruminating about it, but now that I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, wow, that was really messed up, considering that was literally like one of my biggest like inner child wounds. And the fact that like you triggered it, or like the fact that I was really sitting there listening to your bullshit, I'm so glad I cut him off. And I'm honestly kind of glad I embarrassed him by being like, I don't think that this is gonna work out, like in person, and getting out of his car after he like reached out to me and stuff like that. Like I'm glad. I hope you're embarrassed, because it's just like that was so pathetic of you. And like I just can't believe that like someone would do that to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Ugh, like pardon my anger, but it's just like it makes me so mad. And for a really long time I would blame myself for these things, which is even more messed up, because it's just kind of like it is not my fault. You know, like none of this was my fault. Like none of how I attach to people, none of how like I perceive people. Like it's not my fault that I'm like this, and more so it is not my fault that I feel like this. If I could change how I feel to make a relationship work, or if I could like genuinely just like change my needs like that on spot, I would absolutely. But like the fact that I'm even willing to do that just says a lot about it, you know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of like I'm tired of making these pathetic AF compromises for these pathetic AF people who don't like get it, you know, like for these people that think it's okay to like for everything to be about them and for everything to be around them. And if like they are like unwilling to compromise in a relationship even when they're uncomfortable, you just like that is a you problem, you know, that is not me problem, because I was just as uncomfortable as you were, and I would know. And like I was really out here like willing to give you another chance and hear you out on what you did to me. And the fact that you're sitting there being like, oh, like screw you, like I get out of here, like seriously, oh, it just really irritated me, you guys. And I'm sure you guys can imagine my anger on that. But like when I strip away the anger and when I like smooth it out, what really is revealed is that like I'm just really hurt. And that like it just really disappoints me to see like how many times this wound has come up for me and how many times I've had to deal with people triggering it. And it's just like, dude, like I don't know what you want me to do. Like I'm tired of it. Like dude, like don't bring people into my life. Like stop bringing people into my life if all they're gonna do is trigger and agitate the same wound, dude. It's like, get out of here. Like what do you mean? I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not. You know, like if I even so much as feel something picking at that scab, I'm gone. Like it's just so annoying. And like there's a difference between like compromising and making sacrifices in a relationship and being blatantly disrespected. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Sorry, I just like I don't mean to get too upset over it. But and then I feel like I need some lip gloss. I know lip gloss will calm me down. Ew, I think there's food on my lips. That's so gross. Okay. It looks a little too shiny now, but that's better than what it was just now. Okay, anyways. So, I feel like this has been coming up for me today because a lot of things that I've gone through in 2022 and 2021 have been kind of coming up. And I know it's coming up so it can be released. So that's why I'm kind of like mentioning it. And I'm like, I want to talk about it because I'm just... Honestly, babysitting just triggered a lot of wounds for me, like in regards to like my childhood and stuff like that. And like, I don't know, it was really exhausting. Honestly, you guys, babysitting is just such an exhausting job, more or less like with a bunch of kids. And it just like, it drains you. Oh my gosh, I'm sure some of you like if you have kids, like you know what I'm talking about. And I just want to say like, I commend y'all. I don't know how y'all do it because for me, I'm just babysitting, you know, like I get to sleep in my own bed and, you know, like I don't have any like kids around me, you know, it's like I have like my time around the kids is like limited, you know, but like some of y'all, like y'all have to be around them all the time. Like I get it. I get why y'all want these kids in school now. I get why y'all, you know what I mean? Girl, I just could not. Aside from that, I feel like this babysitting thing has really brought to my attention what it means to put myself first because I feel like these past few days were pretty rough for me because I started getting like very like drained and I was like too tired to like do things for myself, you know, like go on my walk, get myself coffee and whatnot. I made it a point to do those things for myself. Made me feel so much better. And it's kind of interesting because I feel like this whole thing of me, like I feel like this is a sneak peek because I'm obviously gonna start working at the post office at the end of this month. Interesting little anecdote though, I got Dutch Bros like the other day, like I have been, excuse me, and the girl was like, do you happen to need a job, you know? And she was like trying to like say like, you know, like be like, oh, you have to work this many hours and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm starting a job at the post office, but you know, I'll hit you up if something happens. But I'm fully anticipating like I just want to work at the post office. So I have a little like, I got like a vibe from that. So I want to talk about that in a second too. But I just feel like me going back to work again, especially after like 2 years, like when I worked at McDonald's, I overworked myself, y'all. Like I really threw myself into that job because I was really going through it and I was like coping through work. So I really went through it, you guys. And I'm just kind of like thinking about it. I'm like, I feel like this kind of came up to like show me like how to prioritize myself and how to, you know, like muster up the energy to really care for myself even when I'm like really exhausted, because that is one of the things I didn't do at McDonald's. Like when I worked there, I was eating the worst foods. I was not taking care of myself. My body was in shambles. My skin was really bad. You know, like I was like gaining weight and like in my face, you know, like I don't really gain weight on my body. And when I do, it's on my thighs. But like I was gaining weight in my face. My acne was really bad. You know, like and I was so like in pain. I don't know. Like, and I just never made an effort to take care of myself. And that's one thing I want to change when I work again. Like I want to make sure to take care of myself and do whatever I can to make sure that my body's good to go. Anyways, what I was talking about is when I got that job opportunity, or not job opportunity, but like that, like, you know, like her being like, oh, do you need a job? It just kind of made me realize something. I was like, dude, like there are people, situations, and places that want me there. You know, like there are people, situations, places that want me, and like they like, you know what I'm saying? And like I feel like it was like a metaphor in my life. I was like, because in my head it just really felt like the universe was saying to me like, yeah, like you're wanted. You know, like people want you. You know, and it's like it's none of your business why they don't actually express it to you, but know that you're wanted. You know what I'm saying? Just because no one admits it to you doesn't mean that it's not inherently true. And that was just like a really good, like great feeling for me to like get that opportunity or to kind of like be offered that, because I was like, wow, like I feel noticed, like I feel like wanted, you know? But aside from that, I'm just like, I'm really grateful for this job at the post office, if I'm gonna be honest, you guys. Like, I'm like kind of emotional about it. Sorry, like, because like I feel like this year, like, really great things are going on, and even right now, like, I'm just so like grateful for today. Sorry. I don't mean to get emotional, but like genuinely, like, I'm sure you guys can see, like, after all the things that I've been through, like, even in our short journey together, because I've only been on this channel for like a few months now, but like it just really hits a spot for me because like I used to be so miserable and I like hated being alive so much. Like I hated it. Like I swear, like 2022 and like 2021 and like 2023, like I like half of 2023, like the first maybe like few months, like I hated my life so much, dude. Like I don't even know how, like I don't even know what urged me to like not like destroy my life or something. But like the fact that I'm still here, like I'm just like I'm so grateful to be here and to like look forward to things again and to like have things that like I feel like are good about my life. You know, like I ordered more jewelry and because the website's doing a promo, HRH is doing a promo, and I'm like really excited. So I bought some because okay, before anything, so the post office, I'm really excited for the uniforms. I'm hoping they let me wear jewelry. I don't see why not, because it's like as long as I wear like, I'm not gonna obviously wear like this whole get up like I am right now, but like obviously if I like wear like one or two of these, it's like not that serious. So like, because it's still business casual, you know. And so I was thinking, I was like, I got these like it's like these, you know, like these soda earrings, but it's like this hoop is different. It's like a square, and then this is blue. It's like a light baby blue. And then I got like this other chain from her like collection, and then I'm going to like wear it with my post office uniform, because the post office uniforms are like light blue, you know, because that's USPS. So I'm like gonna coordinate. I'm so excited. I'm about to be the cutest mailman ever, and I don't know. I also wanted to say, like, if you're watching this, I should have said it in the beginning of the video, but like your name starts with an L. Thank you so much for your wishes, and thank you so much for your congratulations. I'll probably respond to them after this, but I just want you to know that like I really appreciate you guys, and like I don't know, I love you guys. But like it just makes me so emotional at that, and I'm just so like grateful for the opportunities I know I'm gonna get this year. The opportunity, because like this year I want to move to like LA or like Torrance and stuff like that, and I want to like, you know, like really get my YouTube channel going. You know, it's like now that I have like a job, I won't have to be so stressed out about my YouTube channel making more money. I won't have to rely on my parents. I won't have to deal with that. You know, it's like obviously I'll get into like tiffs with my parents from now and then, because that's just our relationship, but like overall it won't be as bad as it has been. And I'm just like just like the thought of like life being like that again, and like feeling more comfortable and feeling stable and feeling like I'm getting the things that I want, like I'll forever be so grateful to not only the universe but to myself for like pushing through and like trying every day, because like oh, I feel like I genuinely deserve this. I feel to be this happy, and I feel to have like my own little moment about it, because like it's just been such a long ride, and I literally like it's still going, y'all. Like this ride is still going. Like I'm literally only 21. Like please. The party's just started. Like y'all are like older than me. Y'all like, girl, you're only 21. The party, like, do you think that was the ride? Like the ride is just starting, but I'm like, girl, like that was a lot, and I feel like I need a break. Anyways, aside from that, I also wanted to geek out about this guy. Okay, you guys are gonna like, don't make fun of me on this. Okay, like I'm being serious. Like, don't make fun of me. So, as we all know, the same guy like has been like, he's like, I know. So the other day, I told my friend about it. So that day, we went out to brunch. Him, my friend, and another friend. And like, oh my gosh, I was so happy. I love spending time with him so much. Like, and then and then that night, my friend and I, we were by the fireplace, and you know, because I was like babysitting at her place, and then you know, like the kids were all put to bed for school, so we were just like laying down by the fireplace, you know, like debriefing about the day. And I was like, hey girl, can I tell you a secret? And she was like, I'm listening, you know. And then I was like, and I paused because I got embarrassed. And then she was like, go on, tell me. And I was like, girl, I feel like you already know. I feel like you already know. She's like, just spill me. Just spill it to me. Just tell me. And I said, I have the fattest crush on. And she's like, I knew it. And I was just like, oh my gosh. I was so embarrassed because she was like gushing and she was like, I knew it. Like, I had my suspicions, but I didn't really want to say anything, you know? And like, she was like, oh my gosh, like, y'all would be so cute together. And like, there's a lot to unpack here, too. Just the washing machine. Anyways, so we were, I'm like thinking, okay, so like, honestly, her telling me, like, her reaction just like really healed me. I'm not gonna lie. It just made me feel like liking somebody is in fact an exciting thing, you know, it's a joyous, beautiful thing. And I'm just like, I'm really appreciative because I also told my other friend about it. And like, they just both reacted so like normally, you know, like they were like, oh my gosh, like that's so cute. Like, I feel like you guys will look so good together. Like, you know, like, oh my gosh, like, you know, like all this stuff. And it just, it really meant a lot to me because in high school and like honestly like my whole life, like I feel like every time I've liked somebody and I've told people, like they don't really consider my feelings, if that makes sense. Like they make me feel like an object, or they make me feel like I'm like not, you know what I mean? Like I'm just like not, you know, like I feel like they would always say, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Like, oh my gosh, you know, like, cause like they, like it felt like they knew nothing would happen, you know, or like it felt like they like didn't care, you know. It's like when someone like when someone likes someone, I'm like, oh my gosh, like what do you like about them? Or like no, like not like that, but like, you know, I'm like, that's so cute. Like when did this start? You know, like, oh, I had my like I let them talk about it, you know, like I let them express that feeling because it's still a feeling. But for me, it just felt like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Moves on, you know. But like for her, she was like telling me about it. She's like, I had my suspicions, but I didn't want to assume because, you know, like I don't want to romanticize every time you like are friends with a guy because like I know you told me about that. And like that also meant a lot to me, the fact that she like respected that and she like didn't push anything on me. That just like meant a lot to me because like it's something that I've expressed and I didn't really think that it'd be something that somebody would push me on, or like, you know, like I don't know how to explain it. Like I've just never had that happen to me. I don't know. But you know, I was telling her about it and she was like, I knew because like, or like she was like, I just thought it was interesting because, you know, like he's really introverted. And she was like, he's the most introverted out of all my friends, like the most, you know, like he's like, I don't talk to anyone, you know, he literally always says, I don't talk to anyone unless I'm spoken to, you know. And he was like, or no, she was like, I just thought it was really interesting that like, you know, out of all my friends, you two hit it off the most and like you guys got along so well and stuff like that. And you know, she was like, I just felt like you guys really got along and that you guys were like really comfortable and like good friends, you know. I didn't want to assume anything, but like that was pretty interesting to me. And every time I would like express my type in men, she'd be like, girl, like it literally sounded like you're describing him, because like I knew, like, because I'd be like, oh, I like guys that are like this and this, and she's like, that's literally him, you know. But it was just so funny because like I thought I was being slick about it, but like she knew. Swear you cannot hide anything from women. But there was this point where she was like, so that night, that morning when we went to brunch, it was so funny because I felt like she kept sitting me next to him. Like, first of all, it was only like when I asked her to go out to brunch with me, I was like, hey, do you want to go to brunch? And she's like, yeah, like, can I invite this friend? And she's like, I wonder if he'd be busy. And she invited him along too, you know, like the guy I like. And then she was like, you know, like, and then she kept sitting me next to him. Like when we were at brunch, she sat me next to him, or when we were in the car, she would have me sit in the front seat when he was driving, or if we were in the back seat, I'd sit in the back with him, you know. And she was like, oh, like I just did that because like, you know, he's more comfortable with you than he is with like our other friend, you know. And it was just like, I told her, I was like, girl, it felt like you were doing that on purpose, you know what I'm saying? And then that other day, I don't know if I told you guys about it, but I think I did, where she wanted to go on a date, so like we went together, you know, and like all three of us, and then we were just like, you know what I'm saying, like she went on a date and then we did our own separate thing. And like she told me, like she was like, yeah, like when y'all told me that like y'all had your own separate night, I was just like, ooh, you know, cute, you know, that's fun, you know, like I'm glad. But then deep down she's like, and I was just like, and you guys, I'm about to start geeking. I'm I'm about to start geeking. So if you don't want to listen to me be cheesy, and most importantly, I'm like once again praying to everything good and well that he ain't not watching this video. Okay, he's not, but you never know. And like if you are watching this, get the out of here. Don't watch this. Okay, you don't need to be here. You don't need to watch this. You need to ask me to be your Valentine. Don't watch this. Okay, don't watch this. Don't. Just don't. Okay. I know you're not here, but if you are, don't. Click off the video now. Anyways. Sorry, I was getting a little bit too passionate. Okay. So like guys. So there is this at brunch, he wore like, you guys, I don't know. I'm so embarrassed. So first of all, he smelled so good. Oh my god. He like, okay. So when he first pulled up, he has like long hair, you know? He's like it's like I don't know how to describe it. Like the sides are like shaved and but like up here it's like long, you know, and he like usually puts in like a ponytail. But like that day he like wore it down for a little bit before he put it up and like listen you guys, I usually don't like long hair on guys. It's not my vibe. I just don't like it. It just like it irritates me. It's not like oh like I hate that, but it's like for I just never thought I would ever like be into someone with long hair. Does that make sense? So like so he has long hair. Anyways, so he's like wearing it down and he's like wearing like all black and he smells good. And then the other week when we hung out and like got came, I don't think I told you guys about this, did I? Hold on, what is going on? I need a calendar. Oh my gosh. I'm like losing track. Okay. What is this? Okay, I probably told you guys about it because it was a pretty long time ago, but you know we hung out together, and you guys that day, I was like, listen. I don't like admitting this, but I was checking him out like the whole day. I think he checked me out like the other day when it was when my friend went on that date because I remember I was standing in front of him and he was like, so he's sitting right and I'm like standing and his eyes were like not with my eyes. He was not looking at my face. Like he was looking at like my torso or something. I don't know what, but like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying he was checking me out, but his eyes were not looking at my eyes. So where were you looking, sir? That's besides the point. That's more like fetch, you know. That's more like, you know, like I'm grasping at straws. But literally, I know I was looking at him because that day that we hung out together, oh my god. So he was wearing like this black t-shirt and he was wearing like these purple shorts. They were kind of like a lavender color almost, borderline periwinkle, and then he was wearing like black sneakers with black socks and they were like black long socks, and then the sneakers had like white on them, you know, so I think they were like, and he just looked so like clean and like trim. Oh, he looked so good. I was so shook. Listen, y'all, I wanted to say something because like, but like I felt like that would have been like weird, you know, and clearly like I don't know, you guys, like he was like, there's just been so many times where I've almost slipped up on him. I've almost said something. So I remember this one day where it was like one of the first times I was getting to know him. It was in December. There was a night and he was telling me about how he has like body image issues, you know, and stuff like that. And I almost said, I like bigger guys though, because you know, he's a bigger guy. I'm so glad I did it. I would have messed up so bad. That would have been so embarrassing. Can you imagine? Like, that would have blown all my cover. Like, life would be different if I made that one comment. And I remember thinking to myself before I said it, that's the one time I bit my tongue, saved my life. Because can you imagine? Oh my gosh, especially because we were like still getting to know each other. And I was like, if I would have just said, oh, I like bigger guys though. Like, what do you mean? but like that day, like, oh, he was just, purple is so his color, I swear. Purple, like, first of all, black's his color because he has like black like hair, and he has like black eyebrows, like black eyes, and like oh my gosh, it's just like he just like, would you use mysterious, but like I don't know, like he just and like it's just so like, I don't know, you guys, it's just so like simple and like effortless, you know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like when I go out, I like make it like, I just try really hard to like look put together or something, you know, like I'll at least have like jewelry or something, but like him, he just like wears like a t-shirt and it just looks so good on him. Like I said, if he's watching this video, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Like, get out of this video, don't be watching this. But oh my god, you guys, I'm just like, oh my god, I need to get a grip of myself. Do you see me right now losing control? Calm down. Stop. But y'all. And then like when we went out to brunch, he was wearing like all black. So he's wearing like a black t-shirt, and then he was wearing like black sweatpants. Oh my gosh. I just like, and then like, and then our other friend was like, and he's just wearing all black. I wanted to be like, it looks good though. Oh my god, can you imagine, you guys? I wouldn't know what to do in that situation, because like I don't know anything about how he feels about me, you know. And I like, here's my thing, I don't know anything about him. I don't know his orientation. I've never like, well, I do know him, but like I don't know him. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I don't know where we stand. I'm assuming we're just friends, and I don't want to like push it in another direction unless I get the green light from him. You know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like I'm more like, you know, like, I don't know. What I'm kind of hoping will happen is that he'll confide in my friend, and then my friend will be like, girl, just go for it, he likes you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm kind of hoping that's what happens. But like, you know, we don't live in a perfect world, so whatever happens happens. If I just like, if I keep getting these signals, and if like my feelings grow, then obviously like I will like say something. But like for now, like I just feel like, I'm as close to him as I'd like to be. And like obviously like I wish we spent more time together, and we, you know, like spent like talked more. But like I feel like the time that we spent together is just like fulfilling as is, and like memorable, and like it just makes me happy as is, you know. Because like whenever we like spend time together, it feels like we're both like genuinely enjoying our company and stuff like that. Like I feel like whenever we're like, because we're just friends right now, you know. Like obviously I'm like, I have all these extra feelings for him, but like if we're gonna look at it for what it is, like we are genuinely just friends. And like because of that, like I don't feel the need to push anything. I don't feel the need to like be super attached, you know. And that's why I was like kind of talking about my attachment style in the beginning, and I feel like that's one thing that's been coming up, is because I find myself thinking about him a lot. And like sometimes it's just kind of like I can tell like I'm a bit attached, and I'll just be like, okay, like calm down, you know. You don't have to like get on your own ass about it, because it's just like we're just friends, you know. And like you don't have to worry so much about it. Like he's a total introvert. It's not like something's gonna happen, you know. And like I just feel like I have like the energy, or like I have the space to take things at my own pace and kind of really like work through these feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just like, I'm really grateful for that, you know. Even if nothing happens, like I feel like this was a really great lesson, and this was like a really genius way to like expose me to these emotions to really heal. But like I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you, like I want more, like girl, like because he's just so my type. Because my friend and I, like, you can ask them, like, I mean, I don't know how you would, but like they'd be like, yeah, he's so your type. And I'm just like, I just oh my gosh, you know, like I just like. And then like the other day when we took our friend to her date, he was like asking me about his birth chart and stuff, and he was like asking me about his like, you know, like births, like he was asking me about his horoscope. I told you guys he's a Leo sun, Virgo moon, and rising. And like I was just like telling him about his horoscope, and he was like, it's so accurate and stuff like that. And he was like asking questions, and I was like you know, because it's like I've never had like a guy ask me about astrology and like be genuinely like intrigued by like what I have to say about it, you know. and like want to know more, because like usually, you know, like they'll ask a few questions, but like I could tell that he was genuinely engaged. He's like a huge football fan. I don't know how to bring up football to him though. Like what do I say? Like who's your favorite team? I don't know what any of the teams are, you know. But like for the record, when I was talking about astrology, like I kind of brought it up first. So like I feel like if there was a scenario where he brought up like the Super Bowl or like football first, like I would talk to him about it. Like I'd be like, oh, like what's going on, you know, like. And he tells me he like geeks over football a lot. So I'm like, you know, like it's not that I've ever been interested in football, but if someone in my life cares about it like that, then obviously like I'm interested too. Like that's one thing that I like about my dad. Like he passed that down to me. He'd be like, "Oh, like if you like it, then I like it," you know? And I'm like, I just like really appreciate that about my dad, because there's a lot of times where I'd be like, "Do you like this or do you like my friend?" And he's like, "Well, if you like it, then I like it," you know? And like I don't know how like that might play out, but like generally speaking, like it was just kind of one of those things where it's like I feel like I've developed a good relationship with other people's interests, and I'm like genuinely like inquisitive and like interested to learn about other people's like like things and like what they like and stuff, because like, you know, like if you like it, then I like it, you know? Like I'll get into it. I'll look into it and read into it, you know? Like obviously, especially if it's music. If people recommend me music, I never listen to it. So if someone ever suggests me a song and I listen to it, that means I like you. Okay, that means like I really like you. I don't even listen to any of my friends' music. Like my friends will be like, "Hey, you should listen to this song." I'm like, "Okay." Never do it. But like if it's like someone, like if I do it for them, or if I'm like exploring it, like that means I'm really into this person, okay? He hasn't recommended me any music. The only song that he like showed me was Lemon Tree by Post Malone. He really likes Post Malone, and I think it's kind of ironic because Post Malone's a Virgo moon and rising just like he is. And I remember I told him that one day, and he's like, "Oh, that's probably why I really like his music, you know?" And I was like, "So you like Post Malone?" You know, there's this one song by Post Malone, it's called "I Like You." Literally my favorite song when like in the entire world. One of them. It's the one where he collabs with Doja Cat. It's such a good song, you guys. And like, okay, maybe I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I'm like, maybe like if something does happen, like that is gonna be so our theme song, you know, like oh my gosh, stop. Okay. Oh my gosh. Low power notification. Anyways, guys, I just like I really like him, and I like want to spend more time with him, and like it's just like oh my gosh, I know. I look like a total dweeb. Just stop. Just stop. Okay, I'm done. I'm done, guys. I'm done. I feel like I feel like I had to end the video, because I feel like if I keep going, like this is all I'm gonna be talking about now, because like it's just been a hot minute since I really like someone like this, and I like anyways, yeah, I feel like that's gonna be all for this week. I just like I feel like if I keep going, like this will be all I talk about. So I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. I love you.